Hey Anne-Louise, now we're making Shileh kofta for your proposed husband. This is what he requested. So this is your recipe. We've got photos of all the ingredients chopped up. So what you're going to do next is put it all together, okay? So boil water. I'm going to measure, I don't usually measure when I'm cooking, but you know what? This is why this is a visual recipe. Right, so we're going to measure how much water we're putting in this pot. Okay, that's 1 litre. I usually do things by just, you know, looking at this, by the eye measurement. 2 litres. Okay. We'll probably need a bit more. So let's count. Let's count here. 3, what did we put in there? 2 litres, right. 3 litres of water. Right, this is a very big pot. It'll probably feed about 6 people or 2, I don't know, depends on Christopher. Right, so you're going to put some of that in. Then, in that, you're going to mix up your herbs, right? The coriander, the shallots, the parsley and the dill. You're going to mix it up. You're going to put some of this in the soup and you're going to put some of it in with the meat, okay? So once that's mixed up, you know, I mean, just, you know, it's not doesn't have to be perfectly precise, right? So you should put probably about, no, we have to measure again. Don't let me. Right, put half of it in. Half of whatever you chopped in, maybe, no, 2/3, let's just say, 2/3 of it in the pot of water. Bit of a stir, looking amazing, 2/3, maybe 3/4. There's your meat. You're gonna mix the rest of the herbs into the meat. You're gonna get your hands dirty. You're gonna squish it up with your fingers because that's what we do in the real world, okay? You're going to put the rest of it in there. Chuck that in the sink. Done. Rice. I guess about 3 cups of rice. I'm going to guess how much I'm going to put in here now. About that much. Right. Oh, perfect. So you put 2 cups of rice in them with the water, with the 3 litres of water, 3/4 of the herbs, and the rest of the rice goes into the meat. Done. It's not a difficult thing. The hardest thing about this whole recipe is that you have to stand there and chop the herbs. What I do is a big shortcut and a cheat. What I do is I chop up a whole bunch of this stuff and I freeze it. So when you want it, perfectly fine, grab a bit of it and start cooking, and you can cook this in, I don't know, less than an hour. Less than an hour, right? Now we're going to have our spices, which is turmeric, ground turmeric, pepper, salt. These are the basic 3 ingredients most cooks with cooking Persian food use. Zarchube, namak, felfel siyah. That's it, okay? Okay, I'm gonna measure this. I can't measure this. I'm just gonna have to put it in. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turmeric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About that much. Salt. When you're watching TV, the cook goes like this. Salt. A load of crap. Right? You're salting your meat. This is what it is. This is how you do it. You have to put enough salt in and you have to taste your food all the time. That's what it looks like. Right? We're going to squish it all together. Meanwhile, this is cooking. The rice needs to be cooked before you put the meatballs in. Now, we need to add one more thing. Sorry, that was not a good cough. Right, we need to add some canned tomatoes. You can use this stuff, but you know what? This is good. I like this. Meanwhile, we need a drink of water. A real good chip. Electric can opener is essential in the kitchen because, especially when you have arthritis, And you can't hold a blooming can to hold your life, save your life, right? So you stick it in there. Oh. What? Voila, magic. Open the can. Easy. Turny, turny, turny. Finish. Finish. Big can. Finish. Oh, not finished. Finish thing. So you're going to put 2 cans of tomato. This is, I need glasses. 800 grams. 2 cans of tomato. Right. Don't waste anything. Rinse out the can. 1 more can of tomatoes. If I had a sous chef, right, they'd be mixing this right now. Easy, but no. Mix, mix, mix. So after you've mixed this, you're going to make meatballs. Size of your balls, it's up to you. Whatever balls you want to know, whatever size you want to make your balls, it's up to you. I just got something that I can do that's really quick because shortcuts are great. Right, put that in. Jane's going to love this tonight. Sarah's going to steal some. Blah, blah, blah. Right, now, think. What did I just do? Put that in there. Mix it. Give it a mix, girl. Give it a mix. Like my toolbox. My toolbox. They're my tools. Everyone's got their tools. That's my tools. Okay. Probably boil faster if you put a lid on it. Okay. Now, we also need to add some turmeric, salt and pepper to the soup. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Probably, I don't know, let's guess. What are we guessing? 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons. Same with the salt. Sprinkle 6 times. Pepper. Salt, chuck it in. Salt. Mix it up. Want to have a look inside? You can if you like. Now, mix it up, taste it. Perfect. That's what happens when you don't. Right. You're going to leave that alone to boil. Leave it alone, let it boil, don't look at it. You're going to get in here, you're going to get your hands dirty. You're going to squish this meat. You're going to squish it all together until it's all mixed up. The good thing about this is you don't need a lot of meat to make this dish. So this is only 800 grams of meat. It's less than 1 kilo. But I'm telling you, this little soup could feed about 6 normal people. Normal people. Right? Now you mix that up. What I use to make my meatballs is... Dang, where is it? That's a very large meatball. That's a smaller meatball. I like this one. I don't know. Depends on what size balls you like. This is a good one. Right, so you mix this up. Now, that's all you need to do. Once this is mixed up, right, leave it alone, put it in the fridge, and then when your rice is cooked in your pot, keep checking it, keep tasting it. Once your rice is cooked, then you're going to make your meatballs, right? You're going to go, for example, this is ready, right? For example, you're going to get your meatballs, squish it into your hand. Once that rice is cooked and the soup is boiled, you're going to pop these in the pot. Very easy. Once that's finished, and you put your meatballs in your pot, you're going to fry some onions. Now the meatballs and the rice and everything has to be cooked, finished, done. Meanwhile, you're frying your onions. In a little bit of, if you like rice bran oil, if you like olive oil, whatever you like. You fry the onions, nice and golden. You put them on top right at the end. Okay, that's your recipe, done, finished, right? Well, after that, you get to sit down and have a yummy lunch, right? Okay, what's happened now, and Louise, is we have put the meatballs in with the soup. However, if you look very closely, the soup is now very thick because of the rice. The rice is expanded. You forgot to tell you before, you can use arborio rice, or arborio rice will be a lot softer if that's what you like. I'm using basmati rice because I like a little bit more texture in there. These are the onions. We've sauteed the onions already. Now, I've got 4 liters of water here. I'm just going to put water in there until I think that the soup is the right consistency. The rice is expanded, probably won't expand any more than that. You leave it to cook until the rice and the meatballs are cooked. Okay? So that was 4. I put another liter of water in there. Okay, now if you want to come and have a look again, that's the consistency. You've had this at my house before, so you know what you're looking for. Again, don't forget to taste. You need to taste your food all the time. You've just added some liquid. It's going to dilute the seasoning. Ah, perfect. How good are we? Right. The onions are done. You can add them right now and just put the lid on and just keep testing it until your meatballs are cooked. Turn the heat down to probably about, at the moment it's on high, I don't want it boiling. Now I'll turn it down to probably halfway and just keep testing the meat. Once you look at the meat, you'll be able to see pretty much whether the rice is cooked. Otherwise, just take a meatball and cut it in half. You'll be fine. Right? And then, that's about all there is to it. All done. Finished. Okay, so the rice, onions are in there, the herbs are in there, there's your meatballs. I'm going to turn it down to low or medium, halfway, check it, lid on, come back probably in about, I would say half an hour, come back and check it. Be careful it doesn't stick at the bottom because rice tends to settle at the bottom of the pot and it might stick. So you need to come around and just give it a bit of a stir every so often so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay? Very easy to burn, be very careful. I'm using a stainless steel pot. You can use, if you use a Teflon pot, pretty much the same thing will happen. You still need to make sure you stir it. Okay? Again, cat@thinkinghouse.com.au if you have any questions.